Mr. Andrew Matushkin, Global Business Development Manager at B2 Broker, will be talking to us about insights into crypto payments. Andrew, welcome.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having me here. And today, the main topic of my presentation would be the crypto payment insights based, of course, on our experience as the technology and liquidity provider such as B2 Broker, right? To begin with, I would like to share with you a bit of the statistics. Statistics compared with the traditional fiat market and the crypto market in terms of the transaction volume. So as you may see here, by the past couple of years, to be precise, 5 of them, right? The crypto transaction, the volume for crypto transaction has exponentially grew up. And as you may see from this exact example right here, for the 2021, it reached 14 trillion, which is like approximately 10% of the world volume in terms of the transaction. So the world money flow, 10% of that is crypto by now. A few numbers, as recently on the panel speech it was discussed that crypto is not an alternative, right? And the market dropped, yes, for sure. The market dropped literally for 65%, and at its peak it was about 2.9 trillion of USD notional, and by the 27th of June it's around 1 trillion. But this is eventual. As you may see even now, if we compare crypto, right, I mean the main flow with Dow Jones or Nasdaq, which are definitely lost. So this is just a trend, kind of the trend, the world economics trend that are following. And of course, fortunately or unfortunately, crypto has been impacted as well. And of course, we cannot deny the fact about the rising interest rates in recent years, which played like really a great role in prices going down. A bit more statistics about stablecoins. I wouldn't say that it's a disadvantage, it's just a matter of fact that the main fact about cryptos, I mean major coins or some of the tokens maybe, that they're really volatile, right? And people, investors, businesses are willing to reduce that risk as much as possible. They are willing to make it more or less stable, right? To be sure that tomorrow my assets or my portfolio will not go down like 50%, 30% or something. And that is why stable coins are so popular by now. Yeah, I guess everyone knows that stable coin is a digital asset or cryptocurrency, right? Which has backed some backed up either with a fiat or with a crypto, right? There are 4 main types of stable coins for now. First of them is centralized regulated stable coins. Stable coins which are backed by the actual fiat, so actual US dollars, and most likely regulated. Of course, it's a regulated one. Best example for it, everyone, this is USDC, right? It's regulated by SEC, made by Circle, and yeah, currently this is the second world popular stablecoin. The second group of stablecoins, these are centralized unregulated stablecoin. And was centralized, why it's centralized first of all, right? Because it was issued by one company who controlled it, right? USDT or Tether, right, on different protocols, on different blockchains, can be considered as a centralized, unregulated stablecoin. Though, according just recently, before maybe a couple of days ago, I just viewed an interview of the CTO of Tether, right? And he claims that absolutely no problem that they're unregulated and they're fully backed. And in terms of backup, Tether is really, really strong. The next one is a decentralized stablecoins. Decentralized stablecoins which are backed up as a collateral of some cryptos, such as DAI, for example, which collateral is Ethereum, right? And the last one, I guess everyone knows about, is algorithmic stablecoin recently, because yeah, it was a nice example of how it should not be, right? Algorithmic stablecoins such as Luna, where it's a smart contract and the price controlled by smart contract, and issuing additional coins to somehow maintain the price of the main stable. A few numbers for it, right? So as you may see, most of the people prefer to use Tether, right, and to process their transaction in Tether. First of all, why stable is so popular, I would say right now, even compared with major coins such as BTC, Litecoin, Ethereum, so on and so forth. First of all, security, low transaction costs, right? And of course, which is eventual from that, just stability. More or less, if we're speaking about centralized regulated stablecoin or even uncentralized unregulated stablecoins, the price is stable. Every time it's around $1 or just a bit above, just a couple of percent, or just even not percent, some basis points of the percent. And the stable coin total exceeded like 161 billion of USD notional. What is the main difference between coins, payments, and fiat, which is traditional currency, right? First of all, decentralization. Major coins are decentralized, as you may know, right? Stable coins, unfortunately, not, though, because if we're not taking, of course, decentralized stable coins, they are centralized by the issuer, right? Well, fiat is not centralized at all. Transactions, of course, for the stable coins or for cryptos, the transaction, I mean, the speed of the transaction is much more higher. If I'm willing to wire X million amount of US dollars, for example, right, using SWIFT or like traditional banking, right, it will, first of all, it will take much longer, right, and it will cost me. No chargeback. No chargeback, it's pretty vital and pretty important for the online businesses who's been collecting the deposits of their client from multiple ways using different EMIs, PSPs, so on and so forth. For the crypto, if the transaction is sent and it has enough confirmation of the blockchain, it cannot be charged back, right? When your business will have a possibility to accept cryptos as the payment, you will not need to store any kind of the rolling reserve such as it used to be with, as I told you, fiat payments or EMIs, right? Because everything you got is like at the same moment of time when receiving, it's your fund. You can do whatever you would like with them, use them for your risk management, and just proceed as you would like. Low cost, as I told you, and currently, I guess everyone also is aware about the recent cases with Ethereum, maybe not recent, maybe a year or 2 years ago, when the transaction price was up to 20, even more like $30 per transaction. Currently, the transaction will cost you around like $4, $5, $6 max. Of course, since it's crypto and not many cryptos are regulated, just a few are regulated, right? Easy account opening. In order for your business to accept crypto payments and open an account in any crypto payment gateway, right? In terms of from the legal perspective, from the legal standpoint, it will take you much less efforts and much less resources. Of course, every single crypto transaction is transparent. There are blockchains, there are KYC providers who's been doing a monitoring on every single transaction, what is happening. Fast settlement, but fast settlement I will also connect it with the fast and secure, because the settlement to your account is really fast. As soon as you get funds, the funds on your account, and you can have a full control over it. There is no risk of fraud card usage, first of all, such fiat has. Same. Instant payout, of course, we should not deny the fact that there is some volatility risk, as I told you before, for the major coins. But in terms of stables, we're pretty safe in this regard. Of course, regulation, and to my mind, this is like the next step for the cryptocurrency. It's going to be regulated by multiple of jurisdictions or by multiple of legal entities pretty soon. So this is just a matter of time. And the most important part here, to my mind, is transaction limits. Speaking about cryptos, there is no limits at all. So it's up to you to decide what are your limits, what are the limits for this entity, for another entity. So you're the one who set the rules here. And speaking about crypto payment processing, right? As I told you before, B2B and Pay is the part of B2 Broker group of companies. And of course, the best example to show you how does it work is on our own in-house made payment gateway. Speaking about B2B and Pay. In the B2B and Pay, there are mainly two business models, merchant and the enterprise. More or less, the logic of operation is one and the same. By the way, it is the second version of the payment system, so we are constantly updating and adding more currencies, more nodes are being supported. So the main difference between merchant and enterprise solution. In merchant solution, all of the incoming deposits from your end clients will be converted into single currency. It may be fiat as well, or it may be USDT, as I told you about, the most stable crypto alternative, right? For the enterprise solution, this solution is mostly suitable for the crypto exchanges, crypto converters, and the enterprise solution, no conversion is required. So you will have the full pack of wallets, and every single client of yours, as you may see here on this scheme, will have its own dedicated address. B2B and Pay has an open API, so it can be easily integrated to literally any website or platform CRM system. And every single customer here, when he's going to initiate an invoice, will get his unique address for deposit per currency. Of course, later on, if you would be more interested in that, of course, we will just show you the APIs, right? How does it work? I mean, the main parameters, how you're willing to segregate the clients among all of the flow of the transactions. As for the currencies, in the merchant solution, the blockchain, it supports more than 54 coins by now. and we're going to expand this list, of course. And for the enterprise, over than 87 coins, stable coins, and liquid tokens. And of course, using an enterprise solution, if you're running an exchange model of just a crypto exchange, right, you have a full possibility to add your custom token and to process it using our solution. A few more details and a few more differences between these two models, since for all of them, there is an instant exchange between the wallets, so you can manage your risk management according to your needs. It's convenient and functional personal area because there is a dedicated admin panel for it. No limits, as I told you, crypto has no limits, right? And we do not set it since we're a provider of that technology. Unlimited wallet addresses, so whether you have 1 million on client or 5 clients, doesn't matter. Comprehensive documentation, as I told you, SDK, everything is written and pretty detailed on the website. Of course, speaking about the security, if we're taking any financial instrument, first of all, what you think of is security, right? In terms of the crypto payments and in terms of the B2B and pay system as an example, right? We did everything we could in order to maintain the security, like IP whitelists, different type of roles in terms of the admin panel, 2FAs, Google, so on and so forth. So in terms of the security, I would like to declare that security is on a pretty high level, I would say. Yeah, and just a few insights. Merchant solution suitable for e-commerce, regulated, let's say, casinos, forex brokerages, right? Enterprise solution is mostly, as I told you, since there is no conversion, crypto exchanges, converters, even government agencies. Of course, in the B2B and pay, we are trying to prevent AML, and we're using QIT providers such as Crystal and Chain Analysis. And this is just a sample how it's going to look for you if you're going to use that solution, right? Everything is pretty detailed. You can see the full amount of the transaction, the status, the risk, some of the details in terms of the source of funds, where it is coming. Of course, all of the system, they're using their own inbuilt algorithms, and they're using their own risk ratio calculator. Just in the simple terms, how does suspicious transaction and successful transaction differentiate from each other, right? So according to the protocols of different blockchains, this key might be a bit different, but in general, it will look more or less the same. Yes, and just since I have 1 minute left, a few words about B2Broker, right? B2Broker is the group of companies, and here I would like to mention that we're not only a technology provider, we do liquidity as well as for technology. B2Core, which is a CRM system, of course, it has a mobile application on iOS. B2Copy, it's our money management platform. Marksman Hub, perfect for spot liquidity aggregation. B2Trader, it's our own tailor-made matching engine. And of course, we can provide you with a white label solution for MT4 and MT5. A few words about the liquidity, right? Main brands, B2Prime, B2BX, digital asset exchange regulated in Estonia. In terms of payment, B2B and pay, as I told you about, right? Venture capital fund, studios, more than 282 employees by this current moment. So, and multiple offices around the globe and multiple jurisdictions covered for the B2Broker. And of course, we will do our best to assist you and to serve your business needs, try to help to develop your business with our IT products or with our liquidity, of course. So we will be, you can of course join or subscribe to our channel, would be much appreciated. And yeah, thank you very much for your attention. And we're here to help just on the whole main booth. Booth is B18, so please, as soon as you will have time and it be convenient to you, please come and we will be glad to discuss and cooperate. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.